The Magic Servants.
Read and presented by George Pitropogiannakis.
There once was a princess named Pauline, who was so beautiful that young men came from near and far to see her.
How beautiful she is!
She smiles like an angel.
Her hair is more golden than sunshine.
Of course, each one wanted the princess to marry him.
I don't know which of them to choose, Mother.
We must find one who really deserves you. He will have to do many things to prove himself.
A young prince named Rudolph heard about the princess.
She sounds like just the wife I want.
Rudolph set off at once.
Farewell, father. I am off to win the most beautiful princess in the world.
He had not gone far when
I guess I will have to ride around that hill.
But when he came closer,
It's not a hill, it's a man. Why are you lying on the ground?
I am too weak from hunger to walk.
You do not look like you are starving.
You should see me after I've had a good meal. I had not eaten for 6 days.
Come with me, if you wish. I will buy you some food at the next town. Perhaps I can use you later on.
Thank you. I am sure I can help you one way or another.
Rudolph set out again, with the fat man walking behind. They had not gone far when
What is this?
I am listening.
What are you listening to?
Everything. My ears are so sharp, I can even hear the grass growing.
What good is that? Now if you could hear what Princess Pauline is saying.
Nothing could be easier. Well, this is very interesting.
What do you hear?
A young man is singing a love song to the princess.
That's terrible.
That's just what the princess told him when he finished singing.
Good. If she doesn't like him, there is still a chance for me. Come with me, if you wish. Perhaps I can use you later on.
Gladly. I am sure I can help you, one way or another.
the prince and his 2 magic servants continued on their way. Then,
What big feet these are! They must belong to a giant.
he followed the legs until
Oh, there! Wake up! Are you a giant?
No, I am only a very tall man.
You look like a giant to me.
Well, you look like a midget to me. Are you a midget?
No!
You see, it all depends on how you look at things.
Those long legs of yours must be very good for walking long distances.
Yes, they are.
Come with me, if you wish. Perhaps I can use you later on.
Oh, I'm sure I can help you one way or another.
Rudolph and his magic servants continued along until
What's that just ahead?
Someone is lying in the road.
when they came closer, they saw a man shivering on the ground.
I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
How can you be cold? It is so warm today.
The colder it gets, the colder I feel.
You are not like other people then.
No, everything is just the opposite with me. Ice burns me, and fire makes me freeze.
Come with me if you wish. Perhaps I could use you later on.
I will do that. I'm sure I can help you one way or another.
They continued on their way. Then, look, is that a giraffe?
No, it's a man with a very long neck. What are you looking at?
Everything. I have such a long neck and such sharp eyes. I can see a fly 1,000 miles away.
What good is that? Now, if you could see what Princess Pauline is doing.
Nothing could be easier.
He looked into the palace and...
Oh my!
What is it? What do you see?
Someone is kissing the princess.
All hope is lost.
No, it is only her mother.
Good. Come with me if you wish. Perhaps I can use you later on.
Lead on, and I will follow. I'm sure I can help you one way or another.
Soon, Prince Rudolph and his servants arrived at the town where the princess lived.
Wait for me at the inn.
The prince went straight to the palace.
Truly, she is beautiful.
Later, he met the queen.
If you will give me your daughter, I will do anything you ask.
I will give you a chance to prove if you deserve her. I will give you 3 tasks. If you perform them, the princess will be yours.
What is the first task?
My ring has fallen into the ocean. Find it and bring it to me.
It is not an easy task, but I must have the princess. The prince took his servants and went to the ocean.
I see the ring. There it is, at the bottom.
My arms are long enough to reach it, but I can't see where it is.
Stand back, everyone. I will take care of this.
He began to drink. In no time at all, the fat man drank every drop of water in the ocean. Then the tall man reached out with his long arm and...
Here you are.
The ring.
I hope the rest of the queen's tasks will be as easy as this.
The queen was amazed when the prince brought her the ring.
You were lucky that time. The next task will not be as easy. Do you see those 300 oxen? You must eat them all.
That should be quite a feast.
Yes, and just to make sure you won't be thirsty, you must drink 300 barrels of milk as well.
May I invite any guests to this banquet?
Only one.
Rudolph hurried to the inn.
I have another task for you.
Back at the palace, the fat man ate the oxen and drank the milk.
Now that's what I call a fine breakfast.
The queen was more amazed than before.
The second task is accomplished.
I can hardly believe it. But never mind. You still have the hardest task to do. I will bring my daughter to your inn tonight. You must guard her well. If she is not there when I come for her at midnight, you cannot marry her.
Never fear. You will find her with me at midnight.
So that evening, the queen left her daughter with the prince and went away.
The queen must have some trick planned. We must be on guard every minute.
I block the doorway so no one can come in.
For a few hours, everything was fine.
How beautiful she is.
How handsome he is.
But at 2 o'clock, the queen cast a magic spell over them, and soon they all were fast asleep. When the prince and his servants woke up,
She is gone. The princess has been carried away.
I am ruined.
Do not give up so easily. Be quiet, and I will hear where she is. I hear her crying in a cave 300 miles away.
Only 300 miles. With my long legs, I can be there in 10 minutes.
with the sharp-eyed man along as guide, the tall man set out to find the princess. Ten minutes later,
She is in that cave.
the tall man reached in his long arms and
I am saved.
then they sped back to Prince Rudolph. Meanwhile, the queen sat in her chamber, thinking that her daughter was far away.
Won't Prince Rudolph be disappointed when he wakes up and finds that she is gone? It isn't easy to win my daughter for a wife.
But at that very moment, the princess had been returned to the happy prince.
Look, it's midnight.
And when the queen entered,
How did you get here?
This wonderful prince and his magic servants saved me.
I think I have won the princess now, have I not?
Not yet. If you really want my daughter, you will not mind performing one more task. In the morning, I will let you know what it is.
The next morning,
Do you see that pile of wood? In 10 minutes, we will set it on fire. You must find someone who will sit on that fire for your sake.
Oh dear, now you will never marry me.
but the prince knew he had one servant who still had not served him.
Do not weep. This too will be done.
The shivering man stepped forward.
Light the fire. I will sit on it for the sake of my master.
Hurrah!
Hurrah! The fire was lit. It burned for 3 days. The hotter it grew, the colder the magic servant became. At last, all the wood was burned.
He did it.
Oh, the queen has fainted with surprise.
Then
Bring some ice. We must warm him up again.
he nearly froze in that fire. The next day, there was a magnificent wedding.
Look, there go the guests of honor.
And the bride and groom and their magic servants lived happily ever after. The end. The magic servants.
Read and presented by George Pitropogiannakis.